You're listening to Expansion, the podcast for EXP agents. Expand your skill. Expand your value. Here's your host, Glenn Sanford.
Hey everyone, Glenn Sanford here, founder of eXp Realty, and you're listening to the Expansion podcast. And today I have Yisabel Bera. She's I think a three-time icon agent out of on the east coast of Florida, Southwest Florida, and Orlando. She's been in real estate for almost 5 years, but really knocking out of the park down in Florida. Welcome, Yisabel.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Glenn. It's a pleasure being here with you, and it's such a pleasure having a conversation now with you. And you've done so many great things for us to make our job easier.
Well, that's what we do. Literally, it's kind of the whole idea that everybody has this. We're on a mission of really building the most agent-centric real estate brokerage on the planet, and so that's our rallying cry in every single meeting. So. Because that's our rallying cry, it looks way easier than probably it is, but we all stay focused on the mission. So that's the idea.
Yes, I love it.
So now, Yisabel, you've been in the business, almost 5 years. You're a three-time icon. What's your background? How did you get into real estate?
Yeah, so prior to become a licensee, I was a wholesaler. So I was finding distressed home and finding great deals and working directly with investors. So wholesaling is another area of real estate, and because there's a very thin line between what you can do with a license and without a license, I go, let me get licensed, and so I got my real estate license. And at the same time, I was working for the state of Florida as well, and Department of Children and Families for over 5 years, and and so I quit. I dedicate myself full time in the real estate industry, and I love it.
Oh, awesome! And so you were doing wholesale before. So my guess is that your transition into real estate was pretty easy then.
Yes, it was pretty easy. My first year, I did pretty well. I actually, as a licensee, I made more money than I'd ever made in my life. And it's definitely because of that connection that I already had, and also the knowledge in the market and where to find those deals and how to match those deals with buyers and sellers.
So maybe it'd be interesting because this is obviously a lot of people don't understand what that means, wholesaling. Is that still a core part of your business?
At this time, I don't have too much time to do wholesaling, to be honest with you, because I am now mentoring, I'm coaching, I have multiple business right now where I teach, I mentor, I coach. I'm also a speaker, John Maxwell certified coach, and successful certified coaching as well through Success, one of your company as well. So yeah, I don't have too much time to do that. And wholesaling is a pretty interesting part of the game. And it's so finding distressed homes, finding cheap homes. They're usually foreclosure to sell or in pretty bad conditions. I love that because I love interior design. I can see a place completely destroyed, and I already can see already done. And I'm very creative, and I love interior design. And so I get to find these deals, these distressed homes to investors. I bring all my labor in, and we flip it over and resell it. So as of right now, I probably do once a year because I don't have too much time available because I have a transaction coordinator company, a coaching business as well, and my time is, and I'm a mother of 3 kids, so my time is kind of limited. Yeah.
Okay, well, it sounds like you've learned how to multitask quite well. So maybe that's an interesting place to sort of think about. How do you keep all these plates in the air? Like, what is it that you're doing Obviously you've got what now you have a real estate team, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That is correct. That is correct. And so my team name is Kingdom Group. I have 23 agents right now. And I also have 16 mentees helping the new agents in the ESP company. And I love all the tools and platforms. And it's not raining to partner up with the greatest company, ESP Realty, than doing it on your own. You have less liability. You have all these amazing tools that ESP provide, and I love it. Yeah. So my company, my team is Kingdom Group. Yeah, I love to serve and teach other agents to do the same thing that I'm doing or more.
Right. And so you mentioned the different businesses as well as coaching, et cetera. What has been your how do you time manage? Maybe that's a better question.
Yeah, that's a great question, and I think we all have a very challenged moment when time management and when it's about doing multiple things and having multiple business. And I will say, Glenn, that delegation is the key. In order to grow and do more, you have to delegate. You have to identify people that are going to do it with you. You have to find business partner. You also have to find systems. You have to systemize your business because we're no machine. We're human. We cannot do it all. And in order to create impact, you need a team. And so I delegate. And also that I'm very mindful is that I create a list of the things that needs to be delegated and the things that I need to do on my own. So it's basically like a not to-do list and a to-do list. And that
Okay.
not to-do list is delegation, pretty much. Mm-hmm.
Right. So and what are do you have some overarching goals that sort of drive the things that you prioritize?
Say that one more time. Can you repeat the
So do you have
question?
some overarching goals, or are there some things that are sort of driving you to sort of build these businesses, or do you just enjoy running businesses and so it's like the mission is sort of the
Yeah.
businesses. What's your overarching goal in the business and in business in
Yeah.
general with all of these different things going on?
I love it. I love it. So as I go and as I grow, I find that's an interesting question. So when I started the real estate, I learned the hard way. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have a coach. I was like going like blind because wholesaling is completely different, and as a licensee, it's a different thing. Now you have all these rules, and you want to make sure you're doing the right thing and all that. And so as I was growing, I kind of find that agents they have a hard time with paperwork, especially when they are top producer. You cannot do it all. You have to. And so I strongly believe that if you wanted to become an icon agent and a top producer, you shouldn't touch paperwork. You need to delegate that. And so that's why I create Thrive Transactions LLC, which is one of my companies, which I have ESP licensed agent assisting agents, right? And I believe that you shouldn't touch paperwork. And I wanted to find a solution to that group of agents that are having a hard time, or sometimes they tend to be perfectionists and they don't trust, and it's hard for them to delegate. And so trying to fill that gap, trying to help, because I believe that as we grow, we have to give back. And that's a way for me giving back by adding this great service through my company. And at the same time, the coaching and mentor. Everyone should have a mentor. Everyone should have a coach. And that's why now I create my coaching business and coaching new agents as well.
Oh, awesome. Now, how many transactions did you do last year? What's your goal like in 2024? How are you thinking about the production side of your business?
Yeah, so just myself, I did 45 transactions the last 12 months.
This is
And
you? This is you
yeah,
personally?
just me.
You're a slacker. That's a lot of transactions plus all the other stuff you got going on. But congratulations. So
Yeah, thank you. But I have a showing agent, I have a buyer's agent, I have all these things that I'm able to leverage my business. Yeah, I wanna kind of duplicate that number this year. So
okay,
maybe, yeah.
awesome. And so how what in the business itself, what are you doing for lead generation? I know early on when you made the transition, it was probably coming out of that wholesaler perspective, but now what are you doing primarily for lead gen, and how do you add more people to your database, or is it more repeat referral?
Yeah, well, 90% of my business is organic. I am huge on my community. I'm very present. And the way that I do lead generation is 90% organic. I believe that every agent needs to find that group that they identify themselves. Like in my case, I love children, and so I'm very present in all children activities here in my city. I'm sponsoring event, I'm showing up, and that brings a tons of business on the back. And the back to school, I always do a backpack drive. Last year, I donate about 200 backpacks, and this year we donate about the same thing. And so you have to be a community leader. You have to be out there. It's not all about selling real estate, but about also serving and giving back. And so that has to be is being tremendously. And I would say the other 10% is online, Facebook, Instagram, social media platform, boosting posts and stuff like that. But 90% of my business is organic. Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. And so when you're out there in the market, and someone mentions an interest in buying or selling, what's your first thing you do? How do you sort of take that and then sort of build it into some sort of repeatable system?
Yeah, so it is important to maintain a database for all these people that we serve. What if they're married, and if they are, what is their anniversary day? I do have a form that I make them fill out once I serve them, so I can put them on my database. And I'm always sending out for every holidays or anniversary. Even if they have kids, if they don't have kids, for Easter, I send out a basket with eggs. So I am very personal. I like personal touch. And so
Right.
I love details, and that people love it. People feel important. I believe that every agent should keep a database for every people they serve. I serve hundreds of families, and in my almost 5 years, I saw 130 plus homes. And so my database looks really interesting. Your database like your bank account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you mentioned something that caught my attention in that you have when you meet somebody who's looking to buy or sell, you have them fill out a form. So do you send them an online form that they fill out so that you can kind of capture that information directly from them, or are you filling it out, or is it a combination of the two?
Combination of the two. Sometimes I have foreign buyers. They're from up north, New Jersey, New York. Then I never really get to see them, so I send the form online. Or in person, they come to my office, and we sit together, and I make sure that I have all the information correct, so I don't miss their birthday, I don't miss their anniversary day, and all that important information.
Now, what CRM do you use?
Say that one more time.
What CRM? What database
Yeah,
platform?
Follow Up Boss and KV Core.
Okay, awesome. And so my guess is that as soon as somebody comes in, you immediately assign them to some sort of action or follow-up plan in one of those platforms?
That is correct. That is correct. And also something that my VA does is we also set up automatically email from the MLS as well, so they can keep our name fresh and adding values and sending market trends and all that kind of things, but all combined together with Follow-Up Boss and KV Core. KV Core is wonderful. You can do so many things with KV Core, so that's definitely a great platform that ESP offer. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. No, I'm a huge fan of KV Core, and I'm super proud of the fact that we've been able to roll that out to all of our agents at EXP. So it's a amazing tool. You know, so what you obviously you mentioned being a John Maxwell coach, a success coach. Uh, what's maybe some advice that you would coach an agent? Maybe they're doing 4, 5, 6 deals a year, so they're kind of that average agent in the industry, but they want to be more successful. What would be some coaching that you would provide to them to help them sort of take their business to the next level?
Yeah, yeah. And so one thing that I would tell them is, number one, I will definitely, do the DISC assessment. I want to know their personality, number one, and then I will create a specific plan for them, and see where the gap is, because I believe that if there's something that is not working, then you're not doing enough. And so I will create a schedule, a plan for them, base it on their needs, and because sometimes they have a full-time job, and if let's just say that it's a full-time job, and so okay, how much time are you going to dedicate into your real estate business daily? What does your prospecting activity looks like? So they should have prospecting activity every single day, even on a holiday, even on vacation. You should be prospecting every day. It should be a lifestyle. For me, prospecting is a lifestyle. For me, prospecting is meeting people and all that. So I want to make sure that this brand new agent has prospecting activity daily, that this agent is including some type of activities like cold callings, open houses, and build a schedule according with their need, because every person is unique, every person is different, right? And see what type. I'm huge in education. What is it that you need to get educated on to be successful? Because you don't know what you don't know. And education is the key that opens every door. And you cannot add value to a seller, to a buyer, if you don't prepare yourself. And I think it's out of respect trying to serve people out there and not knowing what's going on in the market, not knowing how to fill out your contract and all those basic things. So prospecting, education, action plan, budget, all that type of thing, I would definitely be included. But it's definitely something very personal. Every agent is different.
Right. No, for sure. Well, we're getting ready to wrap up. We got a couple more minutes here. Is there any other, maybe if there's one other piece of advice that you could give specifically to EXP agents, and based on what you've learned relative to maybe what you've seen out there in the industry, what advice would you give to an agent that's already with EXP?
I will say that take advantage of the tools and platforms that we have in this company. It's incredible and it's huge, okay? Why do you need to reinvent the wheel when we have everything in here? I just love this company. I love the vision and the mission. Take advantage of every platform. Dominate them. A lot of agents are not taking advantage of KV Core. You can do so much on that platform. You can leverage your business so much on just with that itself. Revenue share, oh my gosh, revenue share has changed my career, even my mindset as well. And we see, Glenn, like this company has impact the entire real estate industry that a lot of people trying to copy, but there's nothing like ESP. We are unique. We are the best. And the collaboration and connection is incredible. I got referral every single week from another ESP agent. And that is incredible. I never seen that in another company.
Awesome. Well, Yisabel, thank you so much for jumping on this. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and what you're doing and how you've scaled and built your business. And maybe you can just drop a couple places where people could maybe either follow you or connect with you if they're if they so choose.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I will definitely share with all of you, but they can find me all over the place as Yisabel Bera or Yisabel Bera Realtor. So you can find me in all the platforms, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and as the same, and my website, the same, yisabelbera.com. But it's a pleasure being here with you. I am so honored to share this moment with you, and what you're done is incredible. So my respect and admiration to you as well.
Thanks, Yisabel, and thanks everyone for listening in. This has been a great conversation here with Yisabel Bera, and obviously, till next time, thanks for listening to the Expansion Podcast. Thanks, everyone.
You've been listening to Expansion. Tune in every Tuesday for new episodes. Thanks for being the best part of EXP.